Please welcome to the stage Oregon Community Foundation Board Chair, Peter Bragdon.
Good afternoon. I'm not going to be as good as that, but I will try to be quick. I'm going to depart for a second. I just want to thank the performers. That was so excellent. Such a great way to begin. Thank you. So welcome to the 2026 Oregon Community Foundation annual meeting. It's great for us to be back at the Portland Art Museum. Many of you know at OCF, we spend a lot of time focused on the arts. And these buildings, the buildings next door, are just a shining example of how important the arts are and how important that investment is. So hats off to what they've put together. And if you have not been to the exhibits next door, I really encourage you to do so. Go often, take your friends, and then go across the street to the Oregon Historical Society. Anyway, lots of things to do on the street. So we're honored to be joined here by elected and appointed leaders who share our commitment to Oregon. And I'll try to catch all the people here. And if I miss you, I know some of you have my phone number. You can complain. So the consul representative in Portland from Mexico, Carlos Quesnel, is here. Congresswoman Maxine Dexter, I saw. State Treasurer Elizabeth Steiner. I believe I saw State Representative Rob Noss here, State Representative Ben Bowman, and Representative Daniel Wynn. So thank you for being here, and thank you all for being here. So I wanted to kick off my remarks today with some transformational news that you may have seen, but we just learned it this week. And many of you may know Joe Weston, who is one of Oregon's great success stories. And he's donated his remaining real estate holdings to the OCF Joseph E. Weston Public Foundation. And that's a sporting organization within OCF. And this donation, he's been started working on this 40 years ago, the donation itself. And it brings the value of his foundation to more than $1 billion with a B. And just to put that in perspective, that's the single largest gift in the 53-year history of the Oregon Community Foundation. So, I want to take a few moments more, and I've been thinking about this, and if you just think about the incredible impact that one person has made. And Joe Weston came from pretty humble beginnings in Southeast Portland, and now he's become one of the state's most generous philanthropists. And he was already very generous. The Weston Foundation awarded $27 million in grants and scholarships last year alone, supporting nonprofits that serve many vulnerable populations in the state: children, working poor, senior citizens, people with disabilities, homeless people. And now with this latest gift, his impact is going to be even bigger, and it's going to go on in perpetuity. So thank you to Joe Weston. So this event always reminds me and makes me appreciate the incredibly rare opportunity we have here to make change in all 36 counties in Oregon. And you may not know how rare it is, but across America, there are very few states where the community came together to establish a statewide foundation like this one. So the civic-minded people that came together in 1973 to found OCF, they wanted to serve all of Oregon, not just one city, not just one county, as happens many places. And you can see that tradition if you look around the room today, and with all of our friends and partners who are joining us online and from around the state. And if you are online, tell us where you're coming from, send emojis, and stick with us to the end. And thank you for being here. As you may have also seen in the news, just this week we announced more than $5 million in grants to more than 250 nonprofits in every corner of the state. But at OCF, it's not just about sending grants to different communities. It's about being present in those communities. And you're going to hear soon from our president and CEO, Lisa Mensah. But I wanted to remind you that one of the key reasons that Lisa came here was to build on her extensive career working in rural communities. And there's lots of opportunity for that in Oregon. So today I want to celebrate a decision we made last year with Lisa's leadership and the great work of the OCF staff. For the first time in our history, we're going to establish a regional office in Eastern Oregon. It's going to be in Baker City. We love Baker City, and we do have other places around, but we've not had around other parts of the state, but we have not had one in Eastern Oregon. And that's going to enable us to better partner with the many unique and diverse communities there. So thank you to Baker City for having us. I also want to take a moment to thank our board of directors for this decision and many others that they have made. You're going to hear about some other things from Lisa later. I feel very lucky to be working with this great group of people. So to my fellow board members, I appreciate your dedication and all that you're doing and your thoughtful leadership. But today, I in particular want to focus on two outgoing board members. I'm looking for them. I see Pete Nickerson here, Pete, and Bobby Connor. Where's Bobby? So we do not actually say goodbye to board members as some other former board members or who thought they were former board members who are in the room, because they're forever on our speed dial, and I refuse to say goodbye to these two. But please join me in thanking Bobby and Pete for their service. We're also honored to welcome a new member to the OCF Board of Directors, and many of you may know her, but if you don't, I hope you will get to know her. Corey Carmen is a fifth-generation rancher from Eastern Oregon, again, Eastern Oregon, who's reimagined what ranching can be, building a network of families committed to the land and communities that depend on it. So she brings to our board a voice that keeps us, again, rooted in rural Oregon and reminds us that conservation and Oregon's rural way of life are not in conflict. In fact, they're inseparable. So welcome to Corey Carmen. And lastly, I would ask all of our current board members and former board members, if you're here, to stand up so you can be recognized. The state is a better place because of the work you've done. I tried to get our past chair, Lyn Hennion, to give my remarks today, and he refused, so I'm gonna. So this year we lost a beloved member of the Oregon Community Foundation family when Lyn Hennion passed away at the age of 82, and she represented Southern Oregon on the OCF board for many years. She was a tireless champion of learning, early learning in the arts, education, especially the Children's Museum of Southern Oregon. And so to honor her legacy, the Walker Fund Advisory Board created Lyn Hennion Days, which is one free admission day per month for a full year at the Children's Museum. It's a great tribute. It's a great way to honor Lyn's focus in her life, and we appreciate all that she did for OCF. So I've mentioned the arts a couple of times here, and if you know OCF, you know how much we believe in it and how much we invest in the arts. So today it's my distinct pleasure to recognize 4 people who are with us today who represent exactly why our investments in the arts matter. The Fields Artist Fellowship was created in 2019 in partnership with Oregon Humanities to support artists who use their creativity to raise voices, spark connection, and address the issues their communities face every day. So please join me in welcoming the new 2026 Fields Artist Fellows, Amber K. Ball. I believe they're in the back. If you could stand up. Amber K. Ball. Ernesto Javier Martinez. Dalilo Marfil. And Yaneli Rivas Maldonado. So I want to close with this simple thought. We do this work because we love Oregon. It is that simple. We love Oregon. And we love the idea that the OCF's founders had back in 1973. And it turned out to be a transformational one. That community-driven change supported by generous Oregonians can change lives and institutions in every corner of this state. And we're making it a better place, and they're making it a better place. So thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of the transformational idea, and let's see some of our work together. Thank you.